Hi, so today I'm back with another video and I'm going to be solving quadratic equations, and this is an Algebra 1 concept, but I thought it was a really good topic to cover because you use it so much in like all of your math classes. So the first problem I'm going to do is x squared minus 16 equals 0, and this is difference of squares. This is the rule that you will use, and this is what it will look like. So you'll get two parentheses, and one of them will be addition and the other one will be subtraction. So, and then you just square root each of these. So what is the square root of x squared? It's x, and then the square root of 16 is 4, x and 4. So they're the same, but just one's addition, one's subtraction. And now you'll set both of these equal to 0. Add 4. X equals 4. Subtract 4. X equals negative 4. And you're done. Our next problem will still be difference of squares, but now there is a coefficient in front of the x squared. So you'll still just find the square root of everything. And one will be addition, one will be subtraction. And it doesn't matter what order you put them in. So the square root of 9 is 3. The square root of x squared is x. The square root of 49 is 7. And then 3x, 7. So now we'll just set both of these equal to 0. That's supposed to be a 7. So minus 7, 3x is equal to negative 7. Divided by 3, x is equal to negative 7/3. So they are the same numbers, just one is positive and one is negative. So now we're going to do one with another x. So it's going to be x squared minus x minus 12 is equal to 0. So here you can use something called the box to get your answer. So this number will go in the first box. This number will go in the last box. And to get these two numbers, this is what you're going to do. So you're going to multiply this last number by this first number. So this is really an imaginary 1 right here. So negative 12 times 1 is negative 12. And this number right here is negative 1. So what you say is what multiplies to negative 12 but adds up to negative 1. And so it may take you some time to think of this, but it does get easier as you do it. Practice makes perfect in this case. So what the numbers are negative 4 and 3. So these multiply to negative 12, but add up to negative 1. So now you will put these negative 4x and 3x. So you will put them in these boxes. And now we just fill out the outer ones to solve this. So an x would go here and an x would go here, because x times x equals x squared. So whatever you have right here has to multiply to what's inside this box. So now you come over here and you multiply this number by x. So what times x gives you 3x, so it'll be 3. Now we multiply these together, this x and this number. So what times x gives you negative 4x, and the answer is negative 4. So it gets easier as you do it, but that is what you do. So there is an imaginary plus sign right there because it's positive. So now I'm going to rewrite this. So you will have x minus 4 and x plus 3 equals 0. And if you FOIL this back, you will get this. And you can always do that to check your answer to make sure you did it right. So now we just set both of these equal to 0. So we'll just add 4. X is equal to 4. And we are done. So that is your answer to this problem. For our next problem, we are going to have one where there's actually a coefficient in front of x squared. So what you are going to do, so with these problems, it is really important to always make sure that you factor. Factor if you can factor. You always want to factor out a number because it makes your problem solving a lot faster. So in this case, we can factor out this 3. So 18 divided by 3 is 6, so this becomes 6x squared minus 1x minus 2. And now this becomes a little easier to solve. So now we have to do the same thing. What multiplies, because 6 times 2 is 12, so what, and it's a negative 2, so it would be negative 12. So what adds up to negative 1 but multiplies to negative 12? And again, it's negative 4 and 3. So we'll come over with this box, put the 6x squared here, and the negative 2 here. Then we'll have the 3x here, and the negative 4x here. Now, to get this number, we would have a 3x and a 2x, because 3x times 2x gets you 6x squared. Now, when we multiply this number here and this number here together, we have to get 3x, so it would just be 1. And to get 2x times a number has to give you negative 4x, so it would be negative 2. All we do is just have 2x plus 1 and 3x minus 2 equals 0. And now we just solve. So for 2x plus 1, we'll subtract over the 1. So 2x is equal to 1 divided by 2. X is equal to 1/2. Now, 3x is equal to 2 divided by 3, x is equal to 2/3. So those are your answers. So for our last one, it's going to be another difference of squares, but a little bit more challenging. So you have 50x squared minus 72 equals 0. So now these numbers aren't perfect squares, so in this case, you take out a 2 to get perfect squares. So 2, and then 50 divided by 2 is 25x squared, and 72 divided by 2 is 36. So now we're just left with 25x squared minus 36 is equal to 0. Now we just square root both of these. So we have, 25, the square root of 25 is 5. The square root of x squared is x, minus the square root of 36, which is 6. Then 5x plus 6 is equal to 0. Now we just set them both equal to 0. X is equal to 6/5, and we just know that it's going to be the same but negative, so this one will be x is equal to negative 6/5. So that is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions or want me to clarify anything, just leave it in the comments below, and thank you for watching. Bye.